Hello guys, welcome back to AWM FX. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are. Hopefully you guys out there are doing great, earning a lot of money from the market, and of course taking great care of your own health and your family health. Alright, so basically if you guys already noticed, I have a Facebook page, right, with the same name, AWM FX. And if you're able to search it, remember this is the real one, right? With some a lot of 2.9k likes of and followers. Of course, there's other fake account out there. All right, I don't know what they're trying to do. All right, so basically, I just want to point out a few things. Don't worry about it. First, it's not about the mentorship. It's up to you. It's if you want to join me for the mentorship, I will welcome you, all right, open-handed. If not, it's okay. All right, so I want to share one, this post, all right. So basically, this post, I posted on the 4 days ago. It was 12th, all right, 12th of February. I did mention about the setups. Actually, there's setups 1, setups 2, and then setups 3. And some people pointed out there's actually another setup, the 4th setup. I'm going to show it to you later. Before that, all right, I just want to thank you all for sending in a lot of private message to me. Okay, but because of my busy schedule, actually I already have my time to be very, very tight. I try to reply you guys and of course answer your question, but if you keep asking a lot of questions, pestering me, I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. And one thing actually annoying me a lot is I just want to point out is that some of you guys send me questions, all right. I try to answer you and try to understand you. First of all, most of the time your question I don't understand or what you're trying to say, because you just send me a chart and then you without any specific labeling, you ask me, is it possible? No, I cannot answer that. And second, please don't send me pictures. All right, please don't send me pictures. If you have trading view, I will actually suggest you guys to have a trading view. Send me on trading view the link. All right, send me the link, because if you send me a pictures like this is what actually happens. This is what I see. All right, I don't know about you guys. I really cannot see what is actually written there and what it's all about. Okay, you ask me, is it possible? I don't know. I don't have the lens, all right, to make it bigger. All right, I cannot see anything. Or you can actually, it's not only one. Every time a lot of people send me a lot of pictures, you know, please yeah, I try to understand, but there's really, I cannot see anything at all. All right, there's nothing, I cannot see anything at all. So apologize, I pointed these few people out, because actually not only you guys, a lot of people send me a lot of questions, but I cannot see anything at all. All right, there's nothing. Okay, so please send me the link instead. Okay, so come back to this post right here. It's actually NZD-CAD, all right, NZD-CAD daily chart. So first of all is that I don't trade a lot of currency pair. Just once in a while I do trade on currency pair, and of course coincidentally that day I was just browsing through. Okay, even me, until now I have a busy schedule. I have my timetable for doing back testing, just to sharpen my maintain, I would say, maintain my skill. All right, say similar with you guys. I hope you guys really do that, maintain your skill, and then of course remember to do a lot of back testing. All right, if you're able to get a TradingView Pro version, that will be the best, because you have this bar replay. All right, if you cannot, then yeah, I cannot help you out on that. Okay, so of course there's a link on the description of my TradingView. If you're able to click on it and then get the pro version with my affiliate link, I'll be more than grateful. All right, so first of all, we talk about these 3 setups first before the 4th setup. All right, first of all, we talk about the trend. All right, we look at the trend. So first of all, if you notice this part from here, all right, the 31st of December of 2020 until this stage, all right, it was around 10 December, 14 December 2022. It's actually a downtrend. It's very, very obvious it's a downtrend, because the structure has broken. All right, you can call this all structure broken, all the way down, structure broken, and then keep going downwards. All right, Now, after that, what happened was that on the October, all right, the price decided to rally. It's a bullish trend, and it has actually broken the trend. All right, it has actually broken the trend, and now actually what happens right here is the price has entered a weekly zone. All right, a weekly supply zone, a very strong weekly supply zone, and the price starting to have a pullbacks. All right. So does it mean that these pullbacks will be a long pullback all the way down? It depends. It depends on situation. All right. So I have 3 setups, and a lot of people ask, 3 setups, then which one does it really works? For me, I can tell you very, very clear. 3 setups possible, 3 also will works. All right. Very simple. If you look at how the price move, okay, so overall this movement right here is as an uptrend for daily. But if you look closely, this movement right here is what we call as a pullbacks or downtrend on lower time frame. It may be H4, it may be H1, all right. So what I can say that is there is a possible the price is actually moving in wave. Actually, price is moving in wave. It may reach this area. All right, or it may reach this area, and then what will happen is that it will continue going down in a compression way, maybe, and it will rally on this third setup or on the fourth setup. On the fourth setup right here, actually is the zone right there. On the fourth setup, and then it will rally above, right? Or it may create what we call as a fake out. All this thing is what we always mention as a price action. Okay, the price does not goes down directly as a linear. It will keep going up and down, up and down. All right, so basically, if you look at it, the movement right here, example, let's say that, of course, this you need to notice that this is NZD-CAD. It's a slow moving pair. It's not the fast moving pair like Gold, GBP, JPY, or Euro, JPY. You know, this is a very slow one. So if the price came into this area and then rally up into the zone right there, all right, or maybe the zone, I'll say that this zone, all right, instead of that zone. If you look at it, if you look closely, it is actually around 130 pips or maybe 200 over pips. For NZD-CAD, this is considered a lot, all right, a lot. And if when the price reach this area, and you're able to minimize, or should I say you have a sniper entering skill, okay, you definitely will catch a better risk reward ratio. All right, now we come back to the setup. All right, we know about the whole scenario, right? We come back to the setup. So the first setup right here is what we call as a ruler setup. All right, the first setup is ruler setup, R-U-L-E-R, all right. Ruler setup. All right, why we call it as a ruler setup? Because in this first setup, if you look closely, what we actually have is that we have a support area, and then we have a resistance area, and then we have a rally base rally. So in ruler setup, let me explain a little bit. Ruler setup is actually it consists of 4 things. All right, we are talking about buy setup right here. It must have a support, it must have a drop, base drop, it must have a resistance. It can be multiple resistance, and it must have a rally base rally, and after that the price goes up. This area will be your entry zone. All right, means that there's a possible the price comes back into this area, all right, and have a reaction. All right, I'm not mentioning rejection. You have to understand the meaning of reaction and rejection. Rejection says that it will goes up all the way, then it will be coming back again until maybe 2-3 years, or maybe few months. When we call it a reaction, it may be just a little bit, but daily reaction is a lot in small time frame. You have to understand that. All right, so what is missing in this ruler setup that we are looking at is this point right there, drop, base drop. All right, this is where the important knowledge will be. All right, let me delete this one for this moment, right? Hopefully you guys understand until this stage. So when the price drop right there, is always our responsibility, all right, to investigate further. Okay, we talk about the support, we talk about resistance first. You don't need to investigate because it's very obvious, all right? Even in small time frame, big time frame, it's always there. But the rally base rally and the drop base drop, you need to investigate. For this scenario, rally base rally is very obvious, all right? The drop, base drop. Now, let me use the replay button, all right? Now we look at the area right there. You go to a little bit small time frame. All right, now what can you see? Is a drop, base drop. All right, so it has fulfilled all our criteria. All right, you can see very well, right, along this line. All right, so it has fulfilled all our criteria, and this is a legit ruler setup. Okay, legit ruler setup. So you must understand on that. But why I'm saying that it might react right there or it might react up there. But basically, if I'm looking at the whole scenario right at this moment, the price likely to react on top here. All right, why is because this price has already reacted to a QMTR, so it may rally to the higher side. Okay, this is just a little small tips for you guys to monitor it out. Okay, so this is a ruler setup for the first one. All right, the second setup is actually easy, very, very simple. It's something that we call it as a RBS, resistance become support. All right, so the rules of resistance become support is very simple. Of course, we must have some resistance. All right, it can be one resistance or multiple resistance. The more, the better, the merrier is. Okay, so as the price goes up or breaking this resistance, it creates a rally-based rally. All right, means that in future there is a very high chance the price will react on this area. So this is actually something everyone knows. All right, resistance suddenly becomes support or support become resistance. Okay, so now we look at the condition right here. We do have a resistance, yes, not once but twice. Okay, so as the price break this area, it created, sorry, on the second setup, it created what we call as a rally based rally, an obvious rally based rally. All right, right there. So making this another legit setups. All right, so it gives you another opportunity for a buy. All right, it may be a short buy, I do not know, because at this moment the price has not reached that area. It may be a short buy, it may be a long buy. All right, so this is actually very, very nice. Okay, so the third setups right here is something we call it as a QMTR. All right, a QMTR is what a lot of people may interpret into IQM. It is actually stand for ignore Quasimodo level. All right, so first of all, we talk about Quasimodo. This is a buy, right? So we talk about something like that. All right, so Quasimodo level is very, very simple. We have an uptrend. All right, we have an uptrend. So basically, when we have an uptrend, the price break the structure right there, and this created a QML level. All right, this created a very nice QML level right here. Now, the problem is that sometimes the price does not obey the QML. All right, it does not go into this area and then drop. But what happens is that the price created a rally-based rally. All right, so this setups right here, it gave you a very, very powerful, extreme powerful possible entry area. Means that the price comes back into the zone and then goes up. So this is a good QMTR, extremely good QMTR. Okay, let's look at what happens right here. Right, first of all, a lot of people don't understand the structure. Then I will have problem explaining to you guys. Okay, let's look at this movement right here. Okay, sorry, so the price actually created structure right there, right, and then it dropped. All right, very obvious it dropped. All right, exactly like what happens. So we assume that the price might react at this zone, all right, or maybe some other zone, but this QMTR zone. But what happens is that the price ignore and just rally all the way, and then creating a lot of rally-based rally, all right, rally-based rally along the line. So making this area, of course, we talk about supply and demand zone, or we adapt to supply and demand zone. We must use supply and demand. All right, if you just enter a price blindly, then what's the purpose of studying supply and demand? So we look at the possible zone. Of course, this area, the whole area right here, is the zone to enter, because this is a fresh demand zone. Okay, even though it's very close, it is a fresh demand zone. Okay, so making this third setup a possible entry area for a bigger movement to the top, or maybe a short movement. All right, that depends on what will be created later when the price comes down. All right, if it consume all its supply zone, you look at it, then the price have a high possibility it will just rally above. All right, example right here. Actually, we have a very good example. You look at the price as the price came down. All right, as the price came down, you look at it, it's actually consuming all the supply zone. There's no supply zone gone with the wind. All right, you see, it has consumed all the supply zone. So that's why when the price rally, all right, it will just goes up. All right, without any hesitation. All right, except for this area. You see that it stopped for a bigger pullbacks, a little bit bigger pullbacks on lower time frame, and then it keep going up. All right, you can see very well. So every time we have a zone, right, still fresh, all right, it will just pull back a little bit and then just move up. All right, so this is a good example. Now the hidden setup, or maybe the setup actually not hidden, the one that I missed out, is the QML. All right, let me delete all these things. I believe you guys more than enough to understand what I'm trying to deliver right here. Right, let me delete everything. All right, everything. So we have a QML, the price came down, all right, as a downtrend. So as the price move up now, the problem here is that it has broke the structure, making this a QMTR. Sorry, a QML setup, all right. So this is a QML level right here. Let me label it. Yeah, you guys, when you ask question, please label it. If you want to talk about buy, talk about sell, you don't ask me, is this trade possible? I don't know what you were trying to say. Is a buy or a sell, you know. So QML buy, okay, example, something like that. So I know what you're trying to say. Okay, so basically, if you look at it, we have a QML buy. All right, now the price is going to return to this area very, very soon, maybe one of the QMTR level. So I will say that it may reach this QML buy or it may not reach. Why? Is because there is a lot of strong setups before it come back into this area, or maybe it will become something like that. All right, we have the ruler, then we have this is the SBR. All right, it may go like that, okay, and then it may comes back into this area, you know. Wait a minute, oh yeah, somewhere around here for the QMTR, and then fake out, and then it's starting to have a compression back to this level. So it can be anything like that. All right, it will gonna take, you see, if you look at it, how I just drew it, it will be next year. All right, it will be next year setup. So meanwhile, waiting for the QML buy, all right, we have a lot of setups that we can capitalize, we can take advantage of. All right, so remember that, don't just look at QML buy only. A lot of people just look at it. We have a lot of S&D setup, and of course, those who are interested in my course, I will more than welcome you guys to join me. And of course, I will teach you in depth of this 6. Actually, not, I'm already sharing four of the setups, but I will teach 6 very, very profitable setups. All right, not only as on the surface, but very in depth, and some trade secret. All right, I'll just share a lot of secret. Actually, the secret comes from my experience. Okay, so hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to deliver today, and feel that there is some value there. Okay, if you like the videos that I did for you, please do give me a like and do subscribe to the channel, and I'll do my best, very best, to produce as much videos to explain about maybe some futures trade such like this, or we talk about a past trade as a case study. All right, so thank you very much and see you guys then. Bye.